we have anybody signed in?
None of the two here are signed in.
Great. Okay, we go to the approval of minutes from September 10th.
So moved.
Second.
A motion, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Bill pay. Just one for voucher 2018-1843 through 1933 in the amount of $182,706.84.
So moved.
Some prepaids of $509.90 brings the total to $183,216.74.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Departments. Highway. Paul Sigmund.
I don't have much tonight. One thing is I'd like to know if I could extend the duration of my summer help. I have one. I'd like to extend them for at least a month. For our chipping and now our leaf sucking season, I'm still working one man short. If I can get an agenda or a motion for that. The other thing is, I actually forgot to tell you guys, past highway employee Bob Fingelow passed away, I believe it was yesterday morning. He's 61 years old. That's about it. Just same thing. The chipper's starting to wind down. Are you guys, anybody putting brush out, the 4 people that are here? If anybody can get the word out, don't put it in huge tall piles. My guys have a hard time pulling them apart. If they can spread it out along their front yard, all pointing in the same direction, they can usually pick it up a lot faster than trying to drag a big tall pile apart. And like I said, the leaves will start. I'm not going to chase piles, so we're going to wait until we get some decent dropping before we go out and pick them up. And that's all I have. If you have any questions.
Well, I'll entertain a motion to extend Paul's summer help.
Okay.
I made the motion. Bill seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Okay. Water sewer, not here. Recreation, Mike Rinaldi.
Just two things. First, girls, boys basketball clinic and league. We are taking registrations for those. They are filling up quickly. They start October 15th for the girls, the 17th for the boys. So come in soon if you want to get your kids into that program. And then the weather's changing, so we do have our annual walking club over at Wheatfield Air Road School. It's Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 7:30 to walk the halls over there. It's free for residents, so you can come into the office and register for that. That's all I got.
I know we have a Halloween motion and pass it here. I didn't see a time. What did we do last year on that?
Typically do 4 to 8.
Okay.
So, I mean, that would be my recommendation for that.
Anybody got anything for Mike? Okay.
Thank you.
Building inspector, Mike Clark.
Good evening. Since it's not the first, I don't have any reports to give you, so nothing new in the department since then, unless you guys have any questions for me. Thank you.
Assessor, Richard. Senior, Arlene. Wendo, Tim Zuber.
Thank you. We just have two things on our agenda this evening. The first is our planning board report, which, based on the way our meetings have fallen, this is going to cover the last 3 meetings of the planning board, so I'll try to go quickly. Excuse me. The first meeting is the August 8th meeting, and the first agenda item on that meeting was the public hearing special use permit site plan for Borrego Solar Systems. The applicant proposes to construct a 6.3 megawatt ground-mounted utility-scale solar energy system at 2469 Lockport Road. The system would generate and transmit power to the power grid. The solar panels will be located in the middle of the 72.25 acre property and will be split with approximately 13.7 acres of panels on the north side of the NYSEG and Niagara Mohawk right-of-ways and approximately 16.5 acres on the south side. The public hearing, which began at the July 11th meeting, was actually continued at this August 8th meeting and was again attended by many residents wishing to voice their opinions and ask questions about the project. The public hearing was closed and discussion continued on the special use permit and site plan. Several outstanding items were discussed. The planning board issued a negative declaration under seeker and no other action was taken. The second item was the site plan for Pelicano's Market. The applicant proposes to relocate their market to a new 8,343 square foot building at 3328, 3332, and 3338 Niagara Falls Boulevard. The project would also include 4,760 square feet of additional retail tenant space for a future phase 2. The new market will include a butcher shop, a deli counter, and grocery space. The 3 lots will need to be combined for the project. The site plan includes parking, landscaping, and stormwater management practices. The applicant was advised of several items to include on their site plan, including wetland impacts, site lighting, drainage, and resolution of a fire hydrant issue. No action was taken. The third item was a site plan for the Williams Road Medical Complex. The applicant proposes to develop approximately 14 acres of vacant land located behind the Dave Smith Chevrolet dealership near the southwest corner of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Williams Road. Approximately 5 acres of the site is zoned C1 and is located in the town of Wheatfield, while the remaining 9 acres are located within the town of Niagara. Phase 1 of the project would include construction of a private road that would extend from the existing entrance at Niagara Falls Boulevard in the town of Niagara through the site and out to Williams Road in the town of Wheatfield. Phase 1 would also include water lines, sanitary sewers, and storm sewers for the road. Water, sanitary sewer, and private utilities are to be provided by the town of Niagara, but there is a proposed storm sewer connection to the DOT drainage system in Williams Road in the town of Wheatfield. Future phases of the development will include 3 medical buildings in the town of Niagara and up to 15,000 square foot of retail space in buildings in the town of Wheatfield. The applicant provided seeker material from the town of Niagara, and although the town of Wheatfield was not included as part of their coordinated review, the planning board agreed with the conclusions of the town of Niagara that the project would not have a significant adverse impact on the environment, and they issued their own negative declaration. The planning board subsequently approved the Phase 1 site plan, which is for the road only, with noted conditions and contingent upon engineering review. Future development of the retail buildings within the town of Wheatfield limits will require additional review and approval by the planning board. The next meeting was the September 5th meeting. The first item on that agenda was a site plan for National Vacuum Corporate Headquarters. The applicant proposes to construct a 20,000 square foot single-story building and associated parking and landscaping at 6393 Endicott Drive. The parcel is zoned industrial and is in the Airport Zone 1 overlay district. The inside of the building will include an office area, shop area, and warehouse staging area, while the exterior staging and equipment storage area will be located behind the building. The applicant was advised of several items that remain to be addressed, including review of town industrial performance standards, stormwater management, grading and drainage, and threatened endangered species, and coordination with the FAA, NFTA, and the airbase. No action was taken. The next item was a site plan for a Driftwood Suites hotel expansion. The applicant proposes to construct a new 2-story, 9,800 square foot hotel unit at 2768 Niagara Falls Boulevard. It's the rear part of the property. The 20-unit building and associated parking would be located on a recently acquired parcel of land at the south side of 2768 Niagara Falls Boulevard. A new pool house is also proposed to be constructed at the south end of the existing townhome units. The applicant was again advised of several outstanding items to include and address in their site plan, including water service and sanitary sewer service coordination, wetland impacts, and drainage. The planning board scheduled a public information meeting for the September 19th meeting at 6:30 p.m. No other action was taken. The next agenda item was the Borrego Solar System again. You already know about the project, so the planning board discussed remaining items that need to be addressed as part of the special use permit and the site plan, including coordination with the Army Corps regarding wetlands, resolution of threatened endangered species with DEC, and landscaping. The planning board tabled the project until the details of a pilot agreement can be finalized with the town attorney. No other action was taken. One other item covered at that meeting was the planning board formally recommended to the town board a modification to the town code that deals with the ZBA referrals to the planning board. Formal language outlining the exact changes was provided to the town board via the town engineer. I believe at our last town board meeting, we scheduled a public hearing for that for the second meeting in October. The last meeting is a September 19th meeting, and that started off with the public information for the Driftwood Hotel expansion. That public information meeting was held and was attended by several people, including some from the adjacent Villas at Alder Creek condominiums. Public information meeting was closed, and the planning board and applicant discussed several outstanding items, including landscaping, drainage, and the combination of the two parcels. No action was taken. The second item was the National Vacuum Corporate Headquarters again, and at this point, the planning board issued a negative declaration under seeker and subsequently approved the site plan with noted conditions and contingent upon engineering review. The last item was, again, Pelicanos Marketplace, and the planning board for that project as well issued a negative declaration under seeker and subsequently approved the site plan with noted conditions and engineering review. And that's the past 3 meetings in a nutshell. Any questions? Okay. The only other item that we have on our agenda is the public improvement works at Phase 6 of the Timber Lake subdivision is finally complete. We've been working on that this summer. Excuse me. So we have a recommendation letter of acceptance for those improvements. Phase 6 consists of 15 single-family residential lots, and that's lots 17 through 25 and 91 through 96. That's the eastern end of Nottingwood Drive and southern end of Berkshire Drive. Constructions of pavement curbs, water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer were completed with reasonable conformance to the town of Wheatfield standard specifications and details. So we only had 2 conditions on this approval recommendation, and they're reflected in our motion as well, but said the developer and their attorney would be responsible for filing the right-of-way dedication and all easements, and must provide the town attorney with a filed copy of those documents prior to any building permits being issued. And the second is just that the Speedy's general permit for stormwater discharges from construction activity must be followed throughout development of the subdivision. So we have 2 motions for that in our packet for you. And that's it, unless there's any questions.
Any questions for Ken?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Abe is sitting in for Matt Brookside, and we can go over the motion packet.
The first motion was from Wendell to accept the completed PIP improvements for pavement and curbs, water line, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer for Phase 6 of the Timber Lake subdivision with the following conditions. The developer and their attorney will be responsible for filing the right-of-way dedication and all easements. They must provide the town attorney with a filed copy of the documents prior to the issuance of any building permits for Phase 6 lots. And for the Speedy's general permit for stormwater discharges from construction activity, all disturbed areas of the site must be stabilized, and all requirements of the general permit must be complied with during construction of the individual lots.
So moved. I'll second.
Have a motion, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Everyone aye?
Aye.
Okay. And anybody opposed? Motion passes.
Second motion from Wendell to accept the easements and road dedication associated with Phase 6 of the Timber Lake subdivision.
So moved.
I'll second.
First and second motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
We have a motion to set the Halloween 2018 trick-or-treat hours on October 31st, 2018 from 4 to 8 p.m.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
We have a motion that the Town of Wheatfield shall award the Town of Wheatfield refuse waste collection and disposables and recyclables collection and processing contract to Modern Corporation at a unit rate of $189.96 for the first year of the contract, for a grand total of $1,146,598 for the first year of the contract, and the town supervisor be authorized to execute all associated agreements with Modern Corporation upon review and approval by the town attorney.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion, first and second, any questions? our recycling I just wanna make a comment, that our recycling program takes away a lot of tonnage that we normally have to put into a landfill, so I know that, town of Wheatfield, we have one of, I think, I guess I'm proud of the town of Wheatfield, but I think we've got one of the better recycling programs in the county. And, with the large, we don't have the little bins, but with those large recycling, and I know it every 2 weeks, and when I put mine out to the curb, it's full. And all of that paper and plastic and glass cuts down on the tonnage, and hopefully if everybody keeps doing their due diligence on recycling, it cuts down on the amount of money that we gotta pay for, garbage pickup. So that's all I wanted to say on that. First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
We have a motion to schedule a public 2019 budget work session for October 10th, 2018 at 6 p.m.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion, first and second, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
And finally, we have a motion to authorize the town supervisor to accept the lowest responsible bid of $3,600 from Henwood Construction Incorporated. So moved.
I'll second. And we probably oughta put in there what the bid is for. I know in his cover letter, he says it's for concrete work in the front of town hall. I mean, do we, yeah, just so that we tie it to what project we're doing. So we have a motion modified, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do we have any other supplemental motions? Okay. Okay, we'll go to, board member items, Kurt Doctor?
Just 2 items. So this week we have 2 meetings for our volunteers. The Development Build-Out Group meets tomorrow on Tuesday, and also the task force, which is all of the leaders from each of our 6 focus groups get together on Thursday, the 27th. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Doucette?
I don't have anything.
Councilman Redpath?
I have nothing.
And myself, I have nothing for tonight either. We do have a meeting scheduled for next Monday, the way Labor Day fell in the month of September. Usually have 2 weeks between meetings, but I think we've got another meeting coming up next Monday. Any other motions? I'll open it up to the public for public input. Anybody have anything to do with the town or any discussion? Getting out of here early. Take a motion to adjourn.